I'm not trying. My main aim for this is just not to get another warning. Once you get turned full nail, Louis, it's so easy. Trust me. My best corner is a chicane. I can just take it so smooth on the exit. Yes, you shift into fourth after you've gone through the first bit, and use fourth for the second little corner. Even in the race, just keep it in seventh gear through turn four as well. Don't shift down, because if you shift down, it gives you more of a risk of spinning.
hi stream. I would say hopefully this is a really good race for you to witness, and
FC, my name is
you
Ashley
can
Stuff
have
on,
a
and I
really
am
good
an
time.
absolute god at F1.
Oh wow, just then.
Let's get. Hello, and welcome to EXR Season 2, Round 4 of Tier 2 around the streets of Budapest in Hungary. Shush. Yeah, we are here for the Hungarian Grand Prix, as you can see. As we're just doing a short quali. Heard from some of the drivers that it's going to be a completely dry race. So, yeah, there should be no shenanigans for qualifying on the race.
Right. Don't all come out the pits at once.
So, yeah, quiet pit lane. like we're going to see that. We'll see a lot of people opting for the mediums in qualifying as to have the best strategy for the race.
I just pinged them saying go out.
Oh,
Please.
apparently they're still loading into the lobby or something like that. Let's have a quick look.
Who's got a wooden Wi-Fi
The
router?
drivers are still. Apparently the people are still loading into the lobby, but
Do you want me to give
I
them?
don't know about that. Are we gonna have the spectator glitch where there's actually longer in the race than we thought? Oh dear. We've got Ben Miles in chat, Lax Cube, Samuel Ossaway, and FJJ as well, notably. Thank you very much for watching this stream.
I'm working on Shooterbot and Jack H5.
I think we're gonna be alright. I'm gonna leave and join the lobby again.
No, it's not. It's not you. It's not you. We're waiting on
Sure?
2 drivers. Right,
Yeah,
we're
but I'm
just-
already loaded into the lobby. They're already in quali for me.
Yeah, I know. Same.
The time is ticking down. Oh, right, okay.
Just waiting on a shooter. There we go. Alright, they're in now. So just to not confuse you all, there's actually going to be 4 minutes extra to these sessions, so get out your stopwatches if you're watching along at home. Because this is a flawless game, with 0 flaws. So I'm going to start an 18-minute timer from now.
Okay. So yeah, but still, I doubt we're going to see many people coming out of the pits now, as yeah, just the softs are just not the way to go for this track.
Well, is that a Williams at the end, and then McLaren also coming out now?
Oh yeah, we have
No,
a
it's
few people
Hines.
going out. Maybe to, yep, as we see some people already out in the medium compound of tyres. Mediums, probably, I think they're about, what was it? I think it's about 1.5 seconds plus slower
Wow.
than the soft, so do not expect to see any blistering lap times, as you just lose so much grip whilst you're on the mediums, but they last for so long, whereas the softs only last for a few laps. So if you do qualify on the softs, you'll be good for track position, but after lap 3 you're going to be struggling a lot, and the mediums will already be faster. So it's a bit of a compromise. Do you want to sacrifice that track position for a faster race, or get a good race start and then just try and hold on for the rest of the race? I know which one I would rather do. Yeah, you can see most of the drivers now going out on track. We will see quite a few people on the mediums, but we're going to go on board with oh, as Ari Stark goes into the pits and almost misses it there. Taking a little on board with Samurai PX4, who's going out in the soft compound of tyres.
Nice turn 1 there, building up the throttle again. That was pretty clean.
Nice trail braking as well on entry.
Five place grid penalty for
Oh,
shooter for a collision CZRT.
Ooh, so they're getting a bit twitchy there, so I don't think
So is
the other will
is
probably go into the
Addy
pits any of this
submitting
lap. Or...
his win? I don't know what's happened there.
.6 for Semi-Right and Preacher Trump. The 15.7 on the soft compound of tyres. So DC definitely looking to go out on the softs instead of the mediums.
What would you consider a good time on the mediums then?
Well, I've done a 15. Well, depends because different skill levels. But I have to say a good time for mediums for tier 2 would probably be a 16 flat or a very low 16. I think would
Well,
be
Stan Bubbles
a nice
disagrees
lap
with you.
from there. Has he already done a 15.8? That's class from him. So yeah, changing my mind there, I would probably say a 15.
I'm watching
Five,
Fall
probably.
here. He's had a very good lap apart from the last turn. On the mediums. Oh, that's a shame. He was going to get a good lap in there. I think he lost about half a tenth in the final section. Which is very unfortunate, but... Let's have a look. Mickey Morty on the mediums.
Pretty tidy lap from him. Going a bit off track there, losing rear end a little bit, but keeping
Oh,
his car
Big G
together.
Jones is in the wall.
So a 16.2 for Mikey Morty. You effectively only really get 2 laps on the mediums before you want to not do any more laps on them. So I'm sure Mikey will go out at the end of the session and to do another lap, as I'm sure he'll be quite disappointed with that so far. Mikey is not going to improve on his lap. Stacks on the session, but we have RL4 going out on another lap on the medium compound tyres, going for a bit of a cool down lap in between his first and second run. Quite a good idea to do. We have the annoying engine glitch, so sorry about that. Something we can quite do to stop it.
Field's very tight on the medium tyres up to P6, and then there's a 3/10 or so gap. From P6
Yeah,
is a 10th up in
RL4.
the first sector.
Tricky turn 5, you want to get as close to the curb there without taking any of it, or else it will just instantly spin. It will instantly spin on that curb. So you can decay nicely, no track.
Even a 10th
there.
up here, that puts him about 3-4 positions up, 2/10 up, and he goes up about 5 positions.
And he goes to the middle sector split. Still a 10th up on his lap time. Hopefully he can find a bit more time in this last sector. Goes in a bit hot into that one, which will
I think the last turn I
compromise
saw
his
on his lap
exit.
before was the worst one by a lot.
It was slightly wide there, and that was definitely not going to
I
help
don't
him.
know why he's doing
time.
that. Oh, now he's stopped.
He backs
Is he
off
going again?
another lap. He backs off his lap. I think he probably got a warning, so he had to back off his lap. We have EXR Apley, one of our championship contenders. Let's actually take a look at the Drivers' Championship so far. So we have Explicit leading the way in P1 in the Merc, in the Drivers' standings on 60 points. We've got Cutler close behind, on 58 points in the Ferrari, and then EXR Apley in 3rd place in the Renault. So it's going to be a bit of a scrap between these drivers as to who can get a good lap in.
Mickey
Who can really
Morty's
put
absolutely
things
flying here.
together. We're on board with Mikey Morty here. And quite a wide line through the last corner. Let's see what lap time is going to be. It'll be a 15.5 on the medium compound of tyres. Now that's a very, very nice lap time from him. Of course, Mercedes also challenging for the constructors' title, only 9 points behind your constructors' leaders, Jack H and Cutler, in the Ferrari. So I'm sure they're going to start to bring the fight towards the Ferrari team as they go along.
Cutler also getting his car on the mediums in P3. Oh, Mickey Morty's done. Mickey Morty's happy with his lap.
Won't be going out again, so retires from the session. Of course, we've got 9 minutes left of quali.
9
Don't
minutes.
think
Gone
that
into
we
9
actually have
o'clock.
5 because we are 4 minutes ahead as due to a lobby kind of glitch thing. Always bound to happen with Codemaster, so sorry about that. I think we can quite do about that. So both the Mercs done with their laps, and they are retired from the session, getting ready for the race. Bella goes into the pits. I think that might be his qualifying done as well. Got Preacher Chum now going out on the mediums as well. I doubt he'll be able to go quicker than his soft lap, but we'll have to wait and see. But we're gonna go on board with Stan, Bubbles. No, we're not. Who is closest to the start finish line? He's our Silver. He's going through the last sector now, ready to do his flying lap on the mediums again. People going in their laps early don't want to encounter any last minute traffic or any precautions. They want to get now and get their laps on the board whilst they know they can. I'm going to take you on board for a lap around Hungary. Activating DRS before the line. I'm going to stay out as far to the left as possible to get the line through turn 1 as good as possible. Ready to get the 100 meter board down into third gear, second or short shift into third there. And the traction is as early as possible and take the widest line through into turn 2. Try and be as close as you can to that curb, but the camber of the corner does wash you back out to the right hand side, so you've got to fight the car through there and really try and hook it up. Going through the right hander now, a bit twitchy but keeps it within track limits. Just about try and take the curb as close as you can without spinning. No meter board to say reference where you mark there, but try and get as wide out and use all the curb for this complex of corners. Quite a difficult set of corners to get right, but if you do, you gain loads and loads of time. Almost a flat out ride there, using all the extra curb available as well. A 10th up on his last lap time. This could put him inside of the top 5 here if he can hook it up in this last sector. Let's see what he can do.
He
The
did
rest is running low here.
a mistake on his lap. The question is, where is that mistake? Oh, that's going to be a warning. It's not.
Let's see what lap time he's going to do now. He's going to do a 15.7. If he had kept it clean throughout the penultimate corner, that definitely would have been a 0.6 or maybe even a 0.5 there. So I'm sure he will be a bit frustrated with himself for that lapse of concentration as we have an Alfa Romeo round at turn 5 and 6.
Are we running a multi-thing because there's some football news?
Yeah, one, say it.
Can I say it in the Chris Kamara-esque way?
Yeah, go on.
There's a red card at Old Trafford, Jeff. Apologise to do that.
So yeah, sorry all Arsenal fans, but you're trash, losing to Wolves 2-1. Sorry.
I'm getting 2 red
Slip
cards.
that in. Getting 2 red cards as well.
Also, your keeper
Preacher
that
Chom
apparently
and
needed
losing
to go
grabs
to
and to reach
spectators.
in chat as well. Hello to you guys who are watching, cheering on your Academy. 16 live viewers as of now. Thank you very much for everyone who's watching. As there's someone round at turn 5, that is Staxon. Yeah, XR Athlete is about to start his lap on the medium compound of tyres now. Picking this lap rather nicely so far.
Easy Andy
with
takes
him.
pole on the softs.
Oh, Reese going P1 with the 15.3 on the soft, so quite interesting for him. And Ixa Rapley is 3/10 down on his lap time, so he's not improving currently. He really needs to try and find something in this last sector, else he will not be qualifying particularly high and might have to go out on the softs. There's actually 5 minutes left of the session again, just a reminder, just we're a bit ahead of time, I suppose you could say. Let's see what lap time Ixa Rapley can set, and it's only going to be a 16.6. He's been down into P14, just look at that field spread. Just like a second covers the top 16. It's so close here. You've really got to put in your laps, or else you will be starting rather low on the timing screen.
What is interesting is we've got 3 drivers yet to come out, and they could just be waiting for the track to evolve.
There we go. I think we're back now. RL4 with a 49, definitely on the soft compound of tyres. He gets out of the way of Pixar. Asterix, one of our reserve drivers, who's now out on his outlap. Out on the mediums as well. So you can see a lot of people out on the medium compound of tyres. So yeah, Alpistolero P9 and his teammate P7. The Red Bull drivers have been a bit unlucky this season, but I'm sure they'll be looking to redeem themselves, along with the Alfa Romeos, who have not had the easiest start either, with a lot of driver transfers. So hopefully they can pick things up in the middle towards the end of the season. We've got Coughlin out on an outlap
out the pits as well, along with the Morgans and Louis T. Louis T on the softs.
Got Ixa Silva going out again on the medium compound of tyres, looking to improve on his lap time. Hopefully he can do so. Taking turn 1 kind of nicely, slightly missing the apex, but nonetheless carrying a lot of apex speed. Keeping in 4th there to try and keep that minimum apex speed up, as I always go on about, so trying to keep the car nice and stable. Just over half a tenth down, is flying up, really pushing the car through turn 4, really trying to get every last just fraction of a second out of that car, taking the chicane, really nice, using all of the curbs there to try and help him on his lap time. Short shifting on exit to try and minimise wheel spin and to try and get easier traction. Going through the second sector split, having to avoid someone almost there as he backs out of his lap.
Interesting stand bubbles on the softs.
Cutlow is on the lap, 2 tenths down, but I don't think he'll be able to improve on his lap time. We've still got 5 minutes left of qualifying here, so please do not just ignore that. A 15.6, I don't think he improved. Actually, I think he did slightly improve on his lap, but it's not quite enough. His teammate Jack H is now out on a lap as well on the mediums, getting a bit twitchy through turns 1. Oh, Jack H goes for a spin, and will that be his qualifying over? I think it will be, as he's now got wing damage, and now is going to be a really tough time for him to get a good lap in now.
So RL4 retires on provisional pole as it stands. Big G Jones also finding himself facing the wrong way.
So we're going to skip on board to Stan Bubbles, who's gone out on the softs, interestingly enough, which is definitely an odd strategy from him, considering he had a decent time on the mediums, but looking to try and really get that track position. So he's gone out again and maybe looking for a cheeky pole position. As Ixa Rapley retires from his session, and Stan Bubbles backs out of his lap. Going aboard with Fuller, who's again still out on the medium, so he's really doing a lot of laps on mediums. Let's see how many he
So
has
Jack H is retired.
done. Jack H retires after a bit of wing damage. He'll be starting dead last, which will not be where he wants to be, considering his teammate will be much higher up than him.
According to my phone, the time's up, and that's the end of the session. Future
Cutler is at the
Chommies.
10th up in the first sector.
ZZID is down.
I think Cutler's backed out of his lap. Silver behind him again, down on his time, so I doubt he'll be improving at all. So not an improvement for him. I think pretty much everyone else has finished their qualifying session and are in the pits, apart from Asterix, who is now going into the pits as well. So, a very, very close qualifying session with about a second and a half covering the entire grid there. So that is really, really close stuff. Just showing how close this grid is. Just a tenth of a lap quicker, you could find yourself from P12 going down and going into P8, for example. So it's just really, really, really close margins for these drivers on their laps, showing that you really do need to be able to get your laps in when they count. It looks like it's going to be pole position for RL Full, who was qualified P1 in the Racing Point team. Another team looking to prove themselves in EXR Tier 2 as well. Had a bit of a quiet start. Drivers not really up to the expectations that they thought they would be at, but they're making the way back up in Constructors and have been on a good run of points in the last race.
Wow, we finally got to the end. That strange qualifying session.
So yeah, most drivers going on the medium compound of tyres, but the top 5 all out on softs. So Mikey Morty will certainly be one to watch, starting P6, the leading medium runner. Just waiting for everyone to load in the lobby, and then we'll be able to get going for the race. It looks to be definitely a dry race for now anyway. Formation lap will be on, so there'll be another few minutes before the race starts, so the drivers will go out formation lap, warming up their tyres and preparing themselves for the race in front of them.
I'm gonna do a run and get some water.
Okay.
Ruby?
Hello.
Hello. So, leading up to the start, any predictions?
Well, I think it's time for Mikey Morty to get his first race win. I think he's been knocking on the doors for a while, but oh, someone in chat said, where is EXR Silver starting? If you can watch the screen, maybe P9. He's starting P9. TSRL Johnny Boy. So yeah, I think that it could be a race win for Mikey Morty on the best strategy and the leading medium run. If he can stay out of trouble on lap 1, then he should be on
I think
absolutely flying race.
Tempestyon's personally the best strategy, but if he wins, I don't know. Because he's in 14th.
Oh, is he on hards?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Here we go then. For the first race, not the first race, round 5 of EXR Tier 2. Lights out. On my screen at least, that no one's going. Have they all forgotten how to start?
Oh.
Maybe not.
Lights
out and
there
away
we go.
we go. Properly. It's a good start from
Stumbles,
Stumbles.
it's an
Already
amazing
up in P1.
start.
Oh, there's a hassle off in the
Ooh.
background. And they're going to go 4 wide into turn 1. Round the outside goes Fall. Preacher Chom in P3. Oh, Fall runs wide and ZZRD's taking the lead. Running down into turn 2. Down the hill, Canberra the turn, Cutler already up into P4 on the medium tyres. Mickey Morty is dropping and isn't going anywhere up the field time soon. Running up towards turn 4. There's a Haas, I think it's Airy Stark who's got some damage. Slam Bubbles up the inside of Cutler into the chicane as well. All over the track, Cutler managed to stay in front just about. We've got a...
We've got Alfred Mayo off of Tempestion off. I'm not getting a very good start, neither did EXR Sheeter 50 as well. Stabbles with a lot of understeer, maybe has a bit of wing damage as things just weren't going his way.
So, who are we on board with?
And we're on board with EXR Silver, who's just lost
there's
a
a
couple of
spin.
positions there. And that is a spin for El Pistolero, who I think might have to go into the pits already.
It's pretty much an ideal start for Cutler. He's jumping Morty is the highest on the medium compound. He's got a car in between him. Pretty good start from Apley as well, up 4 positions. El Pistolero 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Now, I don't know if you saw, but there was a Haas in the background that just appeared to enter the shadow realm off the start.
I think that was Emogs, and he's into the pits already for some wing changes. These guys are not out of the races. A safety car could happen at any time, but look at Cutler. He's absolutely flying on the medium compound of tyres, and within the next couple of laps we could see him make some moves on the likes of Preacher Chom. Racing Point P2 and P3 at the moment, so they're doing a very nice job, with ZZRD, Reese, also known as, in P1, doing a very good job for the McLaren team and the McLaren Academy.
The other McLaren's boxed and he's gone onto the softs. It's an interesting choice.
So EXR Silver with a nice start, as per request from someone in the chat. Doing a nice job in P7 on the mediums. The fourth highest medium runner, so we're looking to stay inside the DRS of Mikey Morty, which will not be an easy challenge as he's incredibly fast in the tier 2 standings. Explicit, his teammate, down into P10 after not the best of qualifyings for him, but still in the points nonetheless. Our championship leader, of course.
Anyway, for the third time down towards turn 4, the cars go. DRS now enabled on this lap. Arrow Fall pushing a bit harder to get in the DRS. Obviously, ZRD in the McLaren, who had about a 1.5 second gap prior, but it appears to have lost a little bit now. He seems to be losing quite a lot. Has he got damage? No damage. It appears to be dropping off significantly. Obviously, the Hungary, not a track known for its overtaking, but it's a good track either way. You think now already the tyres will start to shift over and be better for those on the mediums?
Yeah, I think the softs will probably be faster. They're just going to be a lot harder to utilise their pace out of. So as soon as we start lap 4 or even lap 5, I think that is when
Look at the
mediums
run
will
that
start.
RL Fall's got on ZZRD and the McLaren up to the first turn. Of course, he's got DRS. He pulls to the right hand side. Is this move going to be completed before the turn? Yes, it is. Still got quite
Very
a
nice
big
move there.
amount of ERS to play with as well. Because of how the DRS works here, back-to-back DRS zones, and if you get the DRS for one, you're going to have it for the one afterwards as well.
So nice move from RL4. His teammate still in P3, just a little bit behind him. Cutler is now right on the back of the Racing Point driver, just showing that the mediums are now going to really start to kick into gear. Take a few laps to get going, but once they are going, they're fully operational. Cutler may be looking for a move down the inside there, but thinks better of it. Stan Bubbles behind him on the soft compound of tyres, just waiting for something to happen. And I think that's EXR Silver round. He's recovered, but he's lost 3 or 4 positions there, so that's unfortunate for him.
Look at this
Dreaded
train in the battle
10.
for P3 here, the last spot on the podium. We've got Mickey Morty, Stanley, Cutler and Preacher Chom. I think Mickey Morty right now is the fastest man. Well, he was the fastest man with the fastest lap until PXR Asterix took it off him, but he's very far behind. Oh, Cutler's going to go round the outside at the final turn. Oh no, he's not quite close enough.
This is not F2 Bahrain. There'll be no
Oh,
move
he's gone around the
outside
inside instead.
of the final turn. Very nice move. We're also going to go on board with Mikey Morty, who's got the move done on Stan Bubbles.
Is
Can
he
he
gonna
make
get the
it
move
1
done
or
on
2
Preach
more?
Drum as well?
Is he going to go down the inside of RL Full? He's the
That's not
late
full,
of the
it's Preach
break,
Drum.
and he gets the move done.
Oh,
but he
Cutler's round!
spins! Cutler's round after contact with Mikey Morty. So that's unfortunate for Cutler. Let's see whether he can recover. No, he's round, and I think he might have a bit of wing damage as well. The two, Mikey Morty, got having a lot of history in Tier 2, so that might have fueled that incident a bit there. Mikey Morty going for a bit of an aggressive move, maybe. So we'll have to see what the stewards say about that after the race.
Once again, though, another thing that falls in the favour of EX Apple after his poor qualifying. He's up into 6th. Is that a car in the wall? It is the
That's
Haas.
Airy Stark round
Airy
at turn
Stark.
5. So both the Haas's just not having a very good race at all.
Now we've got a battle for P4 here. Mickey Morty has absolutely jetted it. Stan Bubbles tight behind Preacher Chom, followed by Appley and Explicit a bit further behind, just probably going to sat behind, charging up, waiting for the chaos to ensue. Is Stan Bubbles going to try and go around the outside here?
Ooh.
Oh no, he's gone for the switchbacks.
Almost spinning on the curb though. His softs are not going to be in the best of conditions, but he is almost pushing.
There may not be
Preacher
many
Chom
DRS
round the
straights here,
final
but
corner.
when there is, they are extremely powerful. Ziziadi, the leader, into the pits. Stan Bubbles is past. Appley's using his overtake mode. He goes up the inside of both of them. Round into
Ooh,
turn
almost
one.
getting a double overtake. But he's actually going to lose the position back as Preacher Chom gets a much better exit. A very nice helicopter shot we've got here. So Appley goes around the outside of turn 2 and gets a very nice move done on the Racing Point driver. So this is absolutely great racing from these group of cars here. So just going to stay on board with Stan Bubbles. Closely in proximity to EXR Appley on the mediums, so he'll be
Explicit
having
right on the back
the
of
better
Preacher Chom as
tyres
well
for now.
He needs to clear these soft compound rudders. Appley especially wants to clear them because of Mickey Morty. 3 seconds, 3.5 seconds up the road from him now. I tell you what though, RL Fall is not slowing down.
It's explicit right on the back of Preacher Chom. He's going to definitely be looking to get a move done before lap 8 starts. So he's looking
RL
to make a
Fall
move
into the
on the
pits.
DRS straight. Preacher Chum into the pits. And
Oh,
Appley and
Appley!
Sam Bubbles having a
And
bit
there's
of
contact. There's no damage, but there is contact, and Explicit's going to have the run in down into turn 1. Appley pulls out to the right-hand side. Explicit tries to fight, nearly on the grass. Explicit goes up the
Down the
inside.
inside of his championship rival.
You beat me
Does he
to
get the
that.
move done? No, he doesn't. Is that no, it's not Explicit. Right. It goes side by side going into turn 2. But Explicit hold it around the outside. Not quite. Appley with some excellent defensive movements there to keep the
Oh, he's going to go for the move
Mercedes
into turn
behind
4.
him.
Oh, no. He
Cutler,
looked
though,
close enough on
after
the
getting
dynamic camera
spun,
view.
he's caught right back up to this pack, you know.
Look at
he's
the
up into
state of
P8.
this train. And Stan Bubbles
Louis T,
of the
of
soft
course.
compound tyres is holding out. Wow, wow. This
Look
is
at
about
those tyres, they are
6-7
absolutely
cars in the
done out
space of
here.
about 4 seconds.
And look at that, Mikey Morty has absolutely bolted it. He's got a massive, massive gap. Every second
Recommend
that
just
Stan
having a
Bubbles is
look
holding up
on
this
board.
big train,
With Cutler
then
and just looking at how crazy this looks.
there's just going to be nowhere through.
Well, there's going to be one driver without DRS this time round. And that driver's into the pits. He's probably realised he doesn't want to get overtaken
Finally,
by all of them.
let that pack go
On
on.
track.
Otili 1 says, what tier? This is tier 2, so the second quickest division. Make sure you join us on Thursday for tier 3 and Saturday for the main event of tier 1. So make sure you follow us and DM us here if you want to join the league. It's very close and competitive race. As you can see, just look at that train from P2 down into P7.
Just some
Everyone's so
important
incredibly
overall race
close.
news here. Ara Fall has cleared the Alfa Romeo Trampesta. He's got 5 seconds of clear air now. And we'll see if his undercut has paid off. It's not really an undercut by choice. More
He set a purple
being
sector
forced
though,
into
so he
it.
looks to be absolutely flying out here. The question is, will Ixar Appley be able to close the gap to Mikey Morty? Mikey Morty's had the benefit of clean air for the last like 3 laps, so he's been able to look after his tyres and save his car a bit. So he's going to be in fantastic positions here. Vaxim's going to almost lost DRS to Explicit, so that's going to break up the train even more. And Ixar Silver's got to try and find a way through past the Alfa Romeo driver. Of course, the DRS train fully operational, but the dirty areas you saw there just giving
Wouldn't be
Silver
putting it past
so much
Louis T
oversteer.
and Axar Silver both to get past Axim. On this straight, there's yellow flags in the second sector as Shooter Bots retired from the session. But Thaksim's not the one in danger. Louis T going round the outside of turn 1. Can he make it stick? Oh, I think he has, you know. Oh, he nearly has.
Go,
Gonna have the inside line
Almost
for
getting
turn
the move
2,
done.
but he's just not close enough.
backing out the move rather smartly there. He's got so much ERS. He's got about 60-70% compared to EXR Silver less than 10%. So he's doing a fantastic job there. The gap between Mikey Morty and Appley is reducing by the minute. You can see the gap was almost 7 seconds. It's now 5.7. So Appley's on a bit of a rampage now, followed shortly by Explicit, who is doing a fantastic job in P3 for the Mercedes driver. Often been known for being the number 1 Mercedes driver in the Mercedes team, but he's showing that his teammate is showing that that might not quite be the case.
His performance not too bad for a number 2 driver. ZZRD as well, also 2.1 seconds behind Fall. As it stands, they're both going to be jumping Mikey Morty, I believe, by, well, Fall definitely, ZZRD just marginally.
Yeah, these guys have really got to try and make that undercut work, because that's the only saving grace of going soft hard. You just got to try and blitz it at the start and hope you can get a big undercut.
Big slide from Appley out of turn 1. Explicit with the DRS, not going to be close enough.
They've dropped back by about half a second there, so that is not best for them. They're going to be losing more time if they're battling, so it might be best for Explicit to just
However,
chill
the
behind
Mercedes
Appley
both draining their battery significantly at this point.
Yeah, the one advantage that these guys do have, they're going to have so much fresher tyres, they're going to be so much faster towards the end of the lap. Some of the soft rounds pitting as early as lap 5, so having to go 30 laps on the hard is going to be a big challenge. The tyres will drop off massively at the end, whereas these guys will be pissing around lap 13 or 14, so they'll have about 10 lap fresher tyres.
In case you are running, 4 lapping about 1.3 seconds faster than the last medium runner of Cutler at this point, who's had to struggle, and that's probably the pace of the entire train, because it's pretty much unchanging at this point. Big slide from Cutler there. Is he going to lose the DRS? He might have, you know.
Oh wow, look at this. Full might even be able to catch up to the medium runner train if he can be fast enough. If he can keep pushing, he'll be able to catch this train.
Into turn 1. Is he going to go later on the brakes? No, he takes the tighter line and tries to get a better run for turn 2, but I don't think he is. Aptly deploying some of his overtake mode, and he's going to stay ahead quite significantly.
Faxim is now caught up to the back of the 2 drivers ahead of him now, after them to have been battling. Been saving quite a bit of his energy. He's on about 55%, so he'll be able to use that to good use there. Just so close, explicit. It's going to have to be fighting the car, though. The dirty air around the track is not nice as they fly through the chicane. Very nice shots there as he gets on the grass a little bit and almost loses the car. But happily, absolutely flying it at the moment, but the gap is extending ever so slightly. 6.3 seconds the gap has been for the last lap or 2, and we have a racing point round. Is that RL full? No, it's Preacher Chom and Haymog's round again, so the turn 5 is definitely catching a lot of people out at the moment. People really struggling with that, as I suspected.
Here comes Explicit again. He's got a little bit more ARS on this lap, but I tell you what, Appley's got about 20.
Cutler's into the pits. He's pulled the undercut.
I mean, if Cutler can do this right and he comes out in clean air, that is going to be an absolutely lethal undercut.
Yeah.
Explicit though, dropping off despite having the DRS, and still not gaining much in terms of an ERS advantage over Appley. So, just an update on Cutler. He's going to come out in some relatively clean air. Oh, no, never mind. I tell a lie. He's in the middle of lots of cars.
This could impact
including
his, race,
his
though,
teammate.
I think his teammate will probably let him go somewhere in the near future.
Don't think he will, because his teammate is on them fresh, soft compounded tyres.
Or maybe he'll be able to stay in the DRS of his teammate and be carried along by the soft runner, which would be absolutely fantastic for him. If he can get pulled around with someone that's lapping a lot faster than him, that will surely help his race. But Mikey Morty beginning to drop off, maybe his tyres going off a little bit. The medium runner.
So you think it's going to be a 2-lap undercut?
I think around that, yeah. I'll probably be pissing around lap 14.
I'm just going to keep you updated on the gap. Right now, the gap from Cutler to Appley is around 36 seconds.
Is it?
Now, Cutler is getting held up massively by his teammate Jack H. She's having to push him through, making little bits of contact. Now, Matteo Bonotto is livid watching this. Oh, Jack H just pulled over to the side, and I think he's let him pass now. So, the battle that was about a 7-car battle is dimmed off to a 2-car battle between Appley, who's up, I believe, 11 positions from the race start, with Explicit.
Just, I think, just saving behind the Renault driver, just trying to save his tyres, maybe go for a bit of an overcut to have fresher tyres at the end of the race. As Cutler is now past his teammate. We're going to update you on the gap now. Hold up, let's find the gap. So the gap, once the Delta actually updates to Cutler, I'll be able to tell you the gap between those two. Oh, I wonder whether Cutler had to change his wing. Just going to put that out there. This might be the reason
It is
why
quite a
he's...
significant gap.
So maybe he just had to do that. I don't know. An interesting one there. I'm not too sure why he's so far behind. We'll have to see when they come back out the pits. Maybe he had an incident going into the pits. I'm not too sure. But nonetheless, we'll have to keep an eye on that.
Yellow flags in the last sector. El Pistolero has retired. Don't know what's happened there. Oh, he's retired on track. And Apley and... Oh, he's managed to get out of the way. That's good. So Mickey Morty into the pits. He being the lead Mercedes. I mean, on my screen, nothing's happening in the pits. They just didn't put the tyres on. They magically changed themselves.
So Mikey Morty, the one going for a bit of an undercut, trying to protect his lead.
I mean, let's see how far
look at
behind
the
Cutler
gap.
is.
Cutler's absolutely miles behind. I really don't know what's happened there, to be honest.
So, if
We'll
you
go
are
back
Apley,
to-
you've got to be looking at this and you've got to be thinking, right, here we go, it's go time. Let's go and let's completely extend this lead at the top of the championship.
Explicit's still behind. It's been on for a considerable amount of laps. Been able to save a bit of ERS. It's
Just
really hard
another
to
thing
save
here.
it.
Fall is 12 seconds ahead the Mercedes of Mickey Morty.
Wow. No, but that's an incredible undercut. The gap was only 6 seconds when he pitted, from what I believe. So now it's gone to 12 seconds. So now the front two are into the pits. Let's see where they come out. Will Mikey
in an
Morty
overcut.
have got a big undercut?
Now
But
Louis
he's
T
in
coming
some
into the
nice
pits, is
clean
he going
air
to be
there.
close enough to hold him up? He is!
Just noticed.
Is he going to hold him up? Is Apley going to come out in front? Yes, he is! Apley, oh no, he was in front anyway, never mind.
Oh, so Explicit getting held in the pits there.
No, he wasn't.
But
It's just-
has Apley come out ahead of Mikey Morty? Yes, he has!
Oh,
Alright, I'm not
my,
gonna
oh
lie,
my.
I don't know what's happening. Why has he just gained 5 seconds on Mikey when Mikey went into the pits first?
I don't know if it was just on my screen or Mikey might have had to serve something in the pits. Maybe a wing.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest.
I can have a
think
look at
this
these
race
pit
is
stops actually.
just being a bit weird, to be honest.
Right, so Mikey Morty into the pits. He had to get his front
Oh,
wing
Mikey
changed.
Morty almost in to the pits. Yeah,
So
okay,
Mikey
so
and
Mikey
Cutler both
Morty.
had to get a wing change, and that
Oh.
has put him behind Apley. But more importantly, they're
Oh!
all.
Is that full? No, it's Preacher Chom again.
More importantly, they're all
So people having
12
to-
seconds behind RRL4.
Why is a massive gap? But notice that ZZRD, Champestian, Exar Silver and Stan Bubbles have all jumped, Apley and Mikey.
Champestian
by an
yet to pit,
absolute
however, though.
mile. Who's yet to pit?
Champestian started on a hard pump on a tyre and then he had a
Oh,
spin.
Champestian started on the hards. Ignore me.
We
apart
are...
from him.
Not
So,
only is the
provisionally,
gap
once
12
everyone-
seconds, but there is 5 cars. Oh no, the gap's not 12 seconds. No matter maybe it is. 11 seconds now, sorry.
It is. Yeah, provisionally, your standings are RL Fall in first, ZZRD in second, EXR Silver third, and Stan Bubbles fourth. So Apley, Mikey, and Explicit have all lost out absolutely massively to the guys ahead of them. However, they will have significantly less tyre wear and will have so much fresher tyres for the end of the Grand Prix. Mikey Morty getting a bit squirmish there through turn 5 though. Hopefully they'll be able to catch up to the rest of the pack, but that's quite a big gap to cover in such a short amount of time. They're going to have to be catching him by like a second, like half a second to 3/4 of a second a lap, and that is a lot of time to cover in such a short amount of time, as I said earlier. No safety car as of yet, so that's another interesting thing. A safety car could completely change the swing of things, and I'm sure that might be what some of the hard runners like ZZRD are hoping for. They're pitting so early into the hard compound of tyres.
Just multicultural, multi-sporting stream, of course. It's 4-0 to Manchester United against Southampton. Within 40 minutes.
They're good for United, I guess.
Yeah, just pretend you care because you're a Chelsea fan.
Yep, will do.
Mickey Morty right on the back of Appley, explicit, a bit behind Mickey Morty. Now, are these guys going to try something a bit ridiculous here? Well, Appley's gone wide. Could we see him move around the outside? Thinks better of it. Once again, these guys, though, Mickey Morty draining his ERS, whereas Explicit is completely conserving. We've got a yellow
Another
flag.
yellow flag, and that's
Maxim
Maxim round.
has had a spin. Something tells me this race should have been on strict.
Tell me about it.
I just see them all running around in the first lap going miles wide. Oh!
Oh, Mikey Morty.
There's a big lock up there, and I mean, if you're no longer a racing driver, if you see a gap and don't go for it, well, that was pushing that to the extreme. However, now with the DRS is Mickey Morty, but only 5% ERS. He's got Christmas lights at the back of his car, and he's not going to be able to make a move just
Making
yet.
a bit of
Is he going to make a move
there.
down into the turn 2? Oh, he's been forced off onto the curb. That could be decided in this.
Is he going to go around the outside of turn 2 though?
Oh, he's got an amazing
Oh, what a
traction.
move!
They run down
What a
towards turn
move.
3, and he's pulled out ahead of him by around a tenth.
That's an absolutely amazing move. After being squeezed off into the grass, he's made an absolutely worldy of a move stick. That is absolutely fantastic there. So yeah, Aries up with the 3-second penalty for track limits. Will Explicit be able to follow his teammate through? And there's more yellow flags. I'm not too sure what that's for. I think that's for peaks up asterisks. Not too sure though. The gap between Full and Mikey Morty has importantly closed down. Feel like the higher difference is going to definitely make a difference towards the end of the race.
Well, Appley is going to be pushing hard here to try and get back at Mickey Morty. He pulls to the inside of turn 1, takes a tighter line, big lock up. Mickey Morty tries to make it work round the outside again. They're going to be side by side running down to turn 2, but Mickey Morty doesn't have DRS, so it should be a pretty slam dunk overtake. And it is. Unless Mickey Morty fighting back almost there into turn 3.
So these three having a really, really good intense battle, but they need to keep it clean and they need to be catching the guys in front of them. It's no good battling.
The Mercedes
if they
have got
cannot
team
make it
orders in
through.
mind. They might want to perform a switcheroo right now, because Mickey Morty is running extremely low on ERS, and Explicit's just been sat behind.
I'm just struggling to see what happened to Cutler.
He had a wing change,
Going
and it's just
through his-
really screwed him over.
I mean, this the wing
Here we
change
go
as well,
again.
but
Round the main straight, the Mercedes are coming with DRS, but not much overtake mode. Explicit indicates to the right. Nothing's going to change in the order of Mercedes, or in the order at all, as it seems so far.
oh, Mikey Morty's
Mikey
into the
Morty's
wall.
round!
He's spun at turn 4, and that has released his teammate. So he's definitely got winged. Look at how much he's struggling through this corner, so he's going to have to definitely come into the pits and change his front wing and go
For a minute there.
onto the medium compound of tyres. That is so unfortunate for Mike. He showed so much pace, but he's just not been able to
Got a quick replay of this on
keep
my
it up.
screen now. They're coming down through turn 3 for me. Takes a bit of grass through turn 3. Run up towards turn 4. Mikey runs on the curve on the entry to the turn, and then runs on the curve on the inside of the turn, and then it just sends his car into a spin in the first place. At that point, car's out of his control, into the pits he goes.
And Big G Jones is round as well. Surprised it hasn't been a safety car, but Apperley and Stan Bubbles are now
Now,
in
can we
DRS
just
with each
say,
other
with
now.
all this battling, the amount of medium runners have gained since they've pit has only been 2 seconds.
However, the gap between RL4 and Apperley is still gone down. They've gained 2 seconds in the last 4 or 5 laps despite battling. So if they were to get their heads down, they could really start to make something out of this race. It's all just down to the coordination of the drivers. A big lock up from Apperley, just giving him loads and loads of understeer there. Explicit's been behind Apperley pretty much this entire race without a chance to be ahead of him. So he's really,
The issue
really
for
gonna
Apperley now
try and
is
get a move round.
that he was originally had a car in between who was pushing like a madman. He's not got that barrier anymore, and Explicit's got so much more ERS than him to play with. So could we see a pretty easy overtake? He's right on the back of him going through the final corner. DRS will be activated. Apperley's going to try and defend with his overtake mode if he can. Apperley opts for the inside line early. Is it going to matter? Because is he going to be past him before the corner? Yes, he is. As the cars who started on the medium tyres are beginning to catch up to the AlphaTauri of Stan Bubbles.
So that was quite an important move done by Explicit. He's really got to try and make his way through the traffic here, but I guess he's quite a lot of his ERS. He had about 50%, now down to just over 10%. So really, really, really.
No, he used a lot
be
to get that
careful here.
move across the line.
But it was probably one of the most important ones of his race.
Unless he gets overtaken this time round as well. Big lock up from Apperley. He's got to stay in that DRS. It's one of those crucial things. As even now even now Explicit's going to have the DRS. He's not in the DRS.
So it turns out that Apperley was probably holding up the group a bit there. And meanwhile, Explicit is going for a move on Stan Bubbles. Stan Bubbles not really going to fight this. He's got the ERS to fight it, but I think he's just going to concede the position for now. Explicit is on a roll now. He really, really wants a podium spot. He really wants to maybe even get a win as well. EXR Silver in a very good position as of yet.
I'm really confused
But
why
look at
Stan Bubbles
that.
didn't fight that as hard, because that is the position now, going into these last 11 laps. It's very strange that he's not fought that. Making what he has expected, same purple lap times on his fresh mediums down in P16. So, no, EXR Silver underfueled the car before this race. That probably helped him in his stint on the mediums, I believe. He was on the mediums, wasn't he? Did he start on the mediums?
Yep, he did.
He just pit early. And he's played this extremely smart. Apperley in the DRS or Stan Bubbles. I don't think Stan Bubbles is going to have the DRS on Explicit, so Apperley needs to get this move across the line. Just to help save and try and regain some of the time he lost. He's not going to use his overtake mode. Not going to be pushing that hard at all. Stan Bubbles didn't fight the first overtake. Is he going to fight the second? Looks very close going down into turn 2. Not close enough though. I think Apperley's going to have to wait another
Mikey
lap.
Morty down in P16. So his race has gone from wonders to just
What's going
not
on
a good
here
race.
between Cutler and Preach to an overtake? Turn 1. Mickey Morty making a move on the inside of the air restart. Might be able to salvage a point here, Mickey Morty, if he plays his cards right.
I mean, a safety car right now would be absolutely phenomenal for him, and something that I'm sure that he would love to do. Just in other irrelevant news, Speed Barry, aka Barry Burman from the esports, series, has
What are you on about?
apparently it is rumored that he's done a 1:11.8, a low 11.8 around this circuit in time trial. How that's possible, I will absolutely never know. But yeah. Completely random news, but I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Some very random news.
That's crazy.
RL4 still leading.
Another random news, not so random though. Champessian up into P7 on the alternate strategy, and he's doing a fantastic job. And there's a Haas round again. Is that A-Morgs again? Yes, it is. So Mikey Morty may be able to capitalise on that again. Asterix going almost round, almost spinning. Into car, and he does!
Oh, there's
Asterix
a
losing the
spin
car
between
and
him and
hitting
Mickey
into
Morty.
Mikey Morty. That's so unfortunate for the Mercedes driver, and I think that will be race over for him.
If it wasn't already.
Oh, XR Silver going for a move around the outside.
ZZRD appears to
ZZRD.
have really dropped off. He's gone a bit too far on the outside. He's going to have DRS again as they rifle down towards turn 2. Not close enough to make a lunge. Didn't get a good run. Is he going to get a good run out of here? He's got Christmas lights on the back of his car. He is running out of ERS. And Explicit is rocking up to this battle, looking very happy. But with only 8 laps to go.
I think
And
RL4
full
might have completely
still
just
lead.
won this race. He's got a nice commanding lead that's just growing every single second there.
So, a key thing in terms of the championship as it stands, EXR Appley is going to outscore Cutler by 9 points. So, you've got yellow flags, it's a safety car!
Oh! Asterix retires, causing a safety car.
So, we've got a safety car. RL4 is coming round the final corner towards the pit lane. Is he going to go in? Is he going to stay out? He chooses to box. Followed in by ZZRD. EXR Silver stays out.
Oh.
Explicit into the pits. Happily into the pits. Daxim too far back to make his decision just yet. But after
Oh,
going 20 laps on those tyres, Fall is into the box.
Oh! His teammate stayed out last minute. And now Champessian's got to give the position back.
And the important thing for RL Fall is he's got 2 cars over the Mercedes of Explicit, and he will be going past Apollo EXR Silver like he's not even there. So I don't know if this makes Fall's job easier or harder at this point.
If he can clear EXR Silver, who stayed out, then it will be a genius strategy, but I don't know whether that strategy is going to pay out for him. I cannot lie. That is going to be a massive, massive task for him to stay ahead there.
The field already very bunched up at the front. However, we've got Jack H still coming round turn 2, so could be another 2 or 3 laps maybe before we see the safety car into the pits. I do think it was a bit optimistic to go on the softs at this point, but if you look now, Stan Bubbles is just behind the Mercedes of Explicit, which is interesting because if he can get a good run on him off the start, then Explicit's day is getting worse and worse.
I mean, thinking about what this does for Drivers' Championship at the moment, Cartler's been given a bit of a lifeline here. He's on the softs, and he could have a chance of getting points out of this after having such an awful start to the race. He might be able to scramble some points out of this. And Explicit will currently be extending his championship lead by 4 points, I think, as it stands. So, this is good for him. And for constructors, it's going to be a mighty day in the office for Alfa Romeo if they can. This is just all if they stay in their order. I don't think that will be how it. I don't think this is how the race is going to finish. But if it was to, it'll be a very good result. Same
I do
for RL
think
Full.
that people are going to struggle to get past that Alfa Romeo wall, though.
Yeah.
I think if they work together, they could just plant their cars beautifully on the track and make it extremely hard for anyone to get past them. However, I think Silva by himself with 1 car behind him. If I was told that 2 Alfa Romeos were going to stay out, I think I would try and stay out as well, knowing if I was going to come out behind them. However, Zizi, Addy and Fall have got, well, the bonus really of that not being the case. And it looks like we're going to have a 5-lap sprint to the end here.
What?
Oh, safety
car's in
this
this lap. Very late call.
So those on the
hold
hold
the
and
pack.
harder compounds of tyres are going to
the
struggle.
laps car of Big G Jones could really help. Him here. If Big G Jones can he's ghosted already.
He's
Never
ghosted
mind.
already. He's been deemed
Never mind.
useless already.
Right. This could be either a mega strategy from Silver or a big flop.
That strategy
If he can stay in front.
looks like it's already becoming
I
a
see
flop. Down to turn 2. This is a ballsy overtake to make for Fall. He's got time and he doesn't need to make the move now.
He's already using loads of his overtake. Look at that. He
Gotta
really
relax.
wants his position. He's got to chill out with the overtake because he won't be able to get the move done. And he's just wasted loads of it for no reason. Just need a bit of composure in these situations. Cutler already up into P9. Look at that. He's flying.
The car's dropped
mentioned
back
that
here.
wall
Explicit.
of the Alfa Romeo.
One of the
So
Alfa
that wall
Romeos
is looking to be made of absolutely nothing.
That impenetrable Alfa Romeo wall has fallen quickly, to say the least. Is that RL going from you just there? No, he's not.
Don't tell me that's Mikey
Mickey
round
Morty's
again.
Race gets even worse. I didn't think it could, but it has.
You know what? If this works out, EXR Silver's just done an absolute madness. Fool is struggling a lot. He's coming under pressure from ZZRD behind him. He's got no ERS for this lap, so he won't be able to overtake Silver.
ZZRD's got 90%.
Look at this. This is going to definitely help Silver's race. RL Fool needs to fight this to help Silver win this race. They're losing loads of time battling now. Is Reese going to go around the outside? Yes, he does. What a move. Will he get the move stuck, though? Because the Racing Point driver will surely fight this. Is he going to go around the outside? No, he doesn't. But a big switchback. He will get a big bunch of momentum going down into turn 4.
Using his ERS.
He's using all of his overtake now.
No. Thinks better of it.
ZZRD now having to use a lead of his overtake.
Thing is, whoever overtakes EXR Silver first is going to be the one who will probably win this race.
That's
just
if
because
they can get past him, of course. Just the dirty air is not very good. And don't forget, the softs will be slowly dying as well, because they don't last very long. So even 7 laps on these tyres, they're already going to feel dead after lap 32 or 33. So he's really got to try and get the move done and keep him behind, which won't be easy.
Pretty much everything at this point. And he's just used so much of his ERS. Oh dear.
He may have killed his chances of a race win here. Maybe that safety car definitely not what he wants. But Reese using loads of his overtake now. So is Silver's got down to 20% now. He really needs to hold this position. He defends the inside line. Will retry a late move. Ooh! Gets the move done and gets the traction. That's one less position for him. And Explicit gets past. Could we see an Explicit win? As crazy as that might sound, sorry if I can get my words out, he could be in a chance of winning this race. Carla up into P7 and Napoli P6 as well. So definitely some interesting stuff happening here. Explicit is right on the back of Silver. It's only going to be a matter of time, surely, before he gets past the Red Bull driver. Oh, Explicit making a bit of contact. And I think this is released ZZRD. He will be getting his first race win if he can keep it on the track. He's had a spectacular race. The really early undercut really has worked in his favour. Quite lucky with the safety car, but nonetheless, that is what you need sometimes. A bit of luck, but other than that, he's driven a fantastic race. Explicit almost pushing Silver through the last couple of corners. You can see the dirty air coming out of his car. Explicit, he's up into P2 now. He's got no ERS, but he may be able to push on for maybe even a win here or something. EXR Silver looking to maybe be able to stick on and hang around for a podium position, which would be fantastic in his case. Louis T and Cutler having a bit of a battle. EXR rapidly going to go down the inside. Stambles looks up slightly and doesn't get the move done, however. You still here, Matt?
Yeah.
Good. So Silver's dropped off, and sorry, Stam Bubbles making a ghosted overtake. I don't know what sort of
I'm not
overtake
seeing
that
ghosts, I'm seeing cars on top of each other.
Stam Bubbles could see a move here for the podium if he can get past EXR Silver here. He's got to be careful. He's got to try and make the move as cleanly as possible. Will RL4 be able to get the move done as well? No.
Stan is on the podium. Oh no, he's not. Oh, here he is. Here he is.
Oh, RL4 sending it round the outside. And Silver's been spun. No. RL4 absolutely hitting Silver off the track here. And Silver's now down into P9 after such a promising race. Not going his way after all. So that's so unfortunate for him. But it's allowed Stan Bubbles to maintain the podium position. But look at this. Explicit is only 7/10 behind ZZRD. Could he get the win here? We're going to stay on board with these guys to find out. This could be an absolutely spectacular win if that was to happen. Oh, let's stay on board with Explicit for this final lap of the race. He's been able to catch up to ZZRD so amazingly well. Reese has been able to try and hold on, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough here. Going around the final corner of the penultimate lap. Explicit gets a mega exit, and he's surely going to get the move done now. He's got overtake. He's got rich mix. He's probably got a slipstream as well. Let's see what he's going to do. Oh, going to the outside there.
Zeziadi
try and
fight
this.
Oh, there's a small spin, and there goes any chance of Zeziadi having any chance to get him back on this straight.
Explicit. There, he's
and
got the moves done,
Cutler
but
and Napoli
Cutler
are
and Napoli.
exchanging positions.
He's kind of going to sit
Cutler
down the
goes
inside.
down
Yes,
the
he does.
inside of his championship rival.
Oh,
And
Napoli's onto the grass.
He's got a damaged wing and he's on the grass.
So some crazy ends to this race. It really just no
I just
clue
have a
what is
sudden smell
happening.
of time trial all of a sudden.
Yeah, a bit of a time trial merchant joined the game in Spenny F1.
Now, ZZRD is very close. And you gotta think, when it matters and when it comes down to the wire, who is gonna send it?
I don't think it's going to be Reese. He's just not got the gap However, the gap between Preacher Chomp and Cutler is there. Will he send it down the inside? No, he doesn't. Tries to keep it calm. Maybe he's going to try and force Cutler into a mistake at the last corner here. Let's see what happens.
Well,
Cutler gets a bit of a weird exit. Will Preacher be able to get a move? No, he won't.
he was
be. Not
consistent
close
as
enough
ever,
with
and
the
he's
dirty
won
air.
the Hungarian Grand Prix.
You
Explicit.
cannot write it. Explicit, just an absolutely dominating performance here. He's just had a fantastic race and just some fantastic driving from the driver there. ZZRD P2 very unlucky not to get the win there. Stan Bubbles P3 after a
It's
very
a
nice
Stanley
qualifying session.
Bubbles podium,
Finally,
ladies and gentlemen.
finally getting the luck that he deserves. RL4 P4 after leading the race just for so long, having it taken away from him and down into P4 must be pretty gutting for him. Cutler
Right.
down into P5.
I've got to go real
as
quick
well.
because I'm gonna go watch the game. So have fun with the interviews. If you
Okay.
don't mind. Alright. That was.
Right, bye. Yeah, stay with me for some post-race interviews. So yeah, we will conduct some of those in a few moments. Oh, what's happened there? Oh, I thought the stream had died there almost, but it hadn't. So I'm just gonna get some of the interviewees in to the party. So yeah, that was a crazy race there. Explicit takes home the win from P10 on the grid, just showing how consistent he is being this season. ZZRD Reese in P2 after a very, very good performance in Stun Bubbles takes home the final spot on the podium. So we're going to do some post-race interviews now, starting with one of the championship contenders for the drivers, Appley, who finished P7 today. So please include your audio.
Yeah, it's
when
included.
you're ready. So a bit of an up and down race for you today.
A bit.
Qualifying was definitely a big disappointment for you for your standards as you're fighting for the driver's title. So a bit of disappointing in quality, but you made up for it in the race with a few good battles and a solid drive. You must be decently happy with a P7.
Kinda. It was going alright until about 3 laps to go. Red Bull spun in front of me. I couldn't brake in time, hit him. Lost half my wing. Then I think it was Cutler dived me up the inside and I lost another three or four positions. Yeah, it was not the best at the end, but yeah, it was good up until then. So I'm not too happy with that, but especially now Explicit's won as well and I'm now like 97 points behind him in the championship.
Yeah, not the best of performances there from your standards there, as you said. So hopefully you can take up, have a bit of a bounce back for next round, which will be Bahrain short. So yeah, unlucky for you today, but hopefully you can bounce back next week. Our next interview we will be Stan Bubbles, who had a very nice performance today. Please include your audio when you're ready, Stan. Yeah, really good race. So you're finally getting a nice podium in Season 2 of EXR. So you must be very, very happy with your performance today. So yeah, very nice performance for you, and a really good boost in constructors for AlphaTauri. Brilliant drive from you, Stan, and good luck for next week. Our third interviewee will be Reese, aka ZZRD.
Hello.
Please include audio when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Hello. A decent qualifying from you, qualifying P2, and you managed to carry that momentum into that race, and quite an early strategy call. Was that your plan all along, or what happened with your strategy today?
My plan was to qualify on mediums, but during my medium run and qualifying, I got hit. So yeah, I had to go on the softs and didn't really have a good qualifying either. I feel like I could have got pole, but yeah, didn't go too bad in the end, I suppose.
Yeah, not too bad in quality of P2. And then you went for a really, really nice and early undercut onto the hards, which ended up really paying off in the long run. Was that your strategy as well, to pit early, or did you want to go later on in the race?
My softs really fallen off around lap 5, I think it was, lap 6. So I just thought, get on the hards early, see what I can do, and yeah, kind of worked out.
Yeah, it gave you the brilliant track position. You must be pretty heartbroken to not get the win there, getting overtaken on the last lap.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're happy with the
one less
podium.
lap. Could have had it, but yeah, fair play. So explicit.
Yeah, unlucky for you, but a brilliant position, brilliant podium from you, a really good drive. Hopefully you can carry that momentum forward into next race.
Yeah, hopefully. Thank you.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
your time. And last but not least, explicit, please include your audio when you're ready. Hello. So that's another win for you in Tier 2. A brilliant drive. Probably you didn't really expect that considering where you started, but you drove a very, very nice race and managed to convert home a win. Tell me about it from your perspective.
No, I never, how to say, I am not speechless. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm really sorry about my sayings, but I was not expecting it at all. It was a really hard race. I am speechless. Didn't see that coming.
Not the best of qualifying from you, but you managed to make it up in the race, especially with that safety car cutting your way through the field. So you must have been happy with the way you manipulated the traffic today.
Yeah, I am. It was pretty tight, though. Everyone did amazing battles out there. Actually, it was, I believe, one of the hardest charts I have ever done from the back of the field to first position. The battles were amazing, I have to say. I'm really happy. I enjoyed myself out there with the overtakings. Everybody was aggressive but clean as well, so that was a very nice thing to see. But that's pretty much it. I don't know what to say, man.
So yeah, brilliant position for you there, extending your gap on the likes of Cutler and Appley in driver standings, and some very nice points for constructors as well. Really, really good weekend from you on the whole. So yeah, really well done to you. And
Thank
again,
you.
good luck for next week, which will be Bahrain short. So
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for watching, everyone who's watching on YouTube or the stream after the race, and everyone who's live now. 10 live viewers still, right at the end of the race. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you on Thursday for Tier 3 and on Saturday for Tier 1. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.